In this video, we are going to discuss skills versus certifications versus degree. These are the combination of different type of learnings members go through when they look for IT job or they want to enhance their skills. Now, I'm showing you this success story from Majinder Rahal when he contacted us in 2017 as a machine technician, which has nothing to do with IT. And when he contacted us, of course, the first few months we gave him skills development materials and things like that, trainings and everything. So in 2020, he landed his first job, which is about 50K salary. We were really happy because that's a pretty good amount for someone to get started in IT for the first time. Then on 11/06/2023, he contacted us again. And fast forward, he's basically making 120K annually now. That's a great jump from 50K to 120K in just 3 years. Now, this is all because the way he started with a skills development platform. This means that he's a part of this platform where somebody's always giving him tips and giving him suggestions and motivations and things like that. That doesn't mean we're claiming that 120K is just because of job skills share. No, the claim here is that we have helped him getting started in IT. And because he's a part of this platform, it didn't take him many, many years just to get to this point, which a normal IT professional, if they're not getting guidance from people, they're not in a community, they're not in a platform where their skills are being developed, then yes, it takes a lot of time for someone to jump from 50K to 120K, which is a huge number. So the next 20 minutes is up to you. If you don't take this seriously, then I can guarantee you, you're going to get the same information from somebody else after many years of hard work. And that is just, I will say, you're not doing things smartly because we're giving you information in the next 20 minutes is for you to see where you are, like what makes sense to you. Certification makes sense to you, skills make sense to you, or a degree makes sense to you. So the next 20 minutes is going to break down the whole this idea of what should I get and which one is the most powerful one. So take your time as a member. Please finish the whole video and then decide which side you need to focus more, so then you can also be like Rahal. Now, Rahal is just one example out of hundreds of different members who have started with us and now they are doing a high level jobs such as engineers, administrators, and even in cybersecurity as well.
This is where people are confused in the beginning. Where to start an IT career? How do they start learning for an IT career? Like, how do they go for something that they know that will benefit them? So this is what we are going to discuss today. Before I start this video, I want to tell people that my suggestions, my advice basically is coming from 15 years of experience in IT, and I'm still working in IT as a system admin. Also, I have people working with me who have different titles. So some are in cloud, some are in security, some are in coding. So they are giving me all the different type of suggestions also, that how they're dealing with this type of questions. But of course, our target today is going to be the entry level. The first job that we're focusing on is the technician, the support, the help desk, user support technician, computer support technician. We're talking about this title today. How do you start that? What would be the best route for you to get started? So before we jump into these different type of areas, I want to tell people that whoever sent a comment on YouTube or email, I'm going to answer it later on in this video, because in this video your answers will be automatically kind of like given to you when you watch the whole video, because that I'm going to cover most of your questions in just a lecture, because I want people to understand this. So the first thing let's talk about is degree. Degree is very important. For anything education related, you do want to go to some type of formal education like college and university. Now there's actually a good thing about not finishing it while you're in there, so don't worry, you don't have to finish it. And also a good thing about you finished it, don't worry about it, it's going to be helpful because it is going to help you, and I'll explain why. So first of all, degree is going to help you on your resume. Whether you're continuing, whether you are right now currently going for a degree or whether you have completed it. Both way you can put it on your resume. One, you can say you're still studying, continue studying, or one, you can put a date and everything and certifications if you have done it, or if you have a degree, you can put that on your resume. So it's a plus sign. So we're going to say check on this, so that's a good thing. So the second thing is management positions. I put management plus. So degree is going to help you later on in IT career. Right now you may not get it. You may say, okay, I have a master's degree. What is the point? If I did masters, why am I going for a help desk position? Other people with masters are landing some high level jobs. Why can't I do that in IT? In IT, it doesn't work that way, especially these days. It's a very skill specific, the whole environment is now very skill specific. So I'm going to explain this later on. But why the degree is going to help you later on is that when let's say for example, you were hired in this company and there's two help desk people. One, this is you, and this is another one. Now this person have A plus, you have A plus, and both are very technically good after 1 or 2 years or 2 years, right? So there's a manager position available now. So what will happen now? Both of you are in the same position, both of you have same skills, but what do you have that can impress your higher level people, that okay, you are worthy of manager because why? Because you have that master's degree now, because you have a little higher degree than this person. This person don't have a degree. So you see, this is where you also win, because you do have something, so you're going to use it later on. So don't just throw it away. Don't get discouraged. And if you're going for it, don't worry about it. You can still put it on your resume that you're doing it, and that's going to help you later on. Pay. When I put pay plus, the reason for that is that, again, this is going to help you later on. So you don't have to do too much for it. If you have a higher level degree, later on you're going to jump in pretty quickly because you have that. Now, sometimes maybe a company is hiring someone and they usually put something, let's say 45K, and they will put that in on your, when they call you, look, we're paying 45K. You haven't said anything yet. You go to the interview, you show them all the degree. Look, I got a master's and everything. At least I should get at least 55 or 50K. People are flexible in that. They don't just put a hard stop right there. They will, if they like you, they will kind of go up for you. That's how it works. But if you don't have anything, then it's not much you can do about it. They will say, okay, we're already paying you 45K. Nothing else is there for me to impress, so I can up it. So that's where it's a gray area, but still it's a point. You should think about that. So here's another thing. This is where you're gonna have problems. Okay, so I'm gonna put X in this. Landing a job. Having resume, a good degree, and landing a job are two different things in IT. Okay, the reason I'm saying this is that when you go to the company, a lot of people may look at your degree, they get impressed, but they really don't care about that. When they go to the help desk positions or the entry-level positions, they're going to straight ask you questions about, do you know Active Directory? Can you add a person? Can you delete a person? Can you reset a password? Can you deploy a computer? Can you deploy computers? Can you do images? Do you know this? Do you know that? That's how they test the help desk guys. That's because, look, help desk is the first person in the company, and it requires a lot of training in the beginning to train someone, and that's what we're doing. We've been doing this for the past 6 years. Ask me when I do training. Trust me, some people may think it's easy, but I am burned out at the end of my training. So it's not easy for someone to you just came out of the college, you got the degree, and you just land a job, and now another person will be training you. Is he getting paid for that? No, right? So the things are so complex now that nobody will take that responsibility. So this is where you're going to have trouble. You're going to have problems, and that's why degree is not going to help you with landing a job, landing a job, okay? Stress level is going to be very high. Now, the reason for that is it really depends on what kind of training you took in your college or university. Is that training near skills type of training? Are they teaching you something more related to work? Or are they also picking a certification and just going do a theory, come check this book, do this lab, check this book, do this lab, check, and you're done? That's not going to work for you. So your stress level is going to be very high. The reason for that is when you start landing, even if you land a job, let's say in IT, we say that it's not like you can't land a job. You can land a job with nothing. I have made that video. Please watch that video. I'm going to put it in the description. You can land a job with nothing in IT, but that's where the problem will start. The next day you're going to start working and people will say, we have a ticket, assign it to this person, and you're like scratching your head, what is he talking about? Ticket? What kind of ticketing? I don't know what is he talking about. So see, all these terms, the ticketing system, all these things are very basic for help desk, and you need to know that to start working. To have a less stress, then you need to do more than that. Your confidence is going to be very low. So when your confidence is low, of course you're going to have problems troubleshooting, you're going to have problems going up, transitioning career, you're going to have confidence issue. And when you get to this point where you have confidence issue, that's where you get stuck in IT, and that's where people hate IT. So that's where I would say that degree is good, no problem. If you did it, great. If you're doing it, still great, no problem. You got 3 checks in there. Certifications, okay, it's pretty good for resume. Because like I said, what happened is right now the trend is simple, and I will be very straightforward. You have resume like this, and a lot of people may look for a degree, but more than that, they may just say, okay, is this person applying for help desk position, so does he even know what type of certification he should be taking, right? So if they see A+, so they already know that you have committed some time doing a research. And the research, basically the trend is that if you have A+, that is the first certification a lot of people will go for. It is not academic stamp that you need to do this certification. There's nothing, nowhere academically it says that you have to do this certification. You can do nothing in IT and still get a job. So that is my main point, that you're doing things to cover up all these points that I'm doing right now. Okay, so a certification, if you do it on resume, it's gonna look pretty good. Yes, that's good. That's a good thing right there. I'm gonna put degree in there too. So you got the degree, you got the A+ on your, and this is your other stuff, like your description, whatever, right? So landing a job, I put plus in there. Okay, management, I didn't put it in there because A+ is not going to help you with management. You don't become a manager with A+. You don't become a director with A+. There may some people come in right now and commenting that, oh, I got a IT director position and I just only have A+. Like I said, in IT, anything can happen. But we're talking about kind of like what happens in a majority way of doing things, right? So landing a job is going to be a little easier than this guy. I say little easier, okay? I didn't say it's going to be really easy for you, because if I say it's going to be very easy for you to land a job, trust me, my whole platform is full of A+ certified people. So they're going to come and start screaming at me, what are you talking about? Because that's not true. They're still struggling with all this stuff. So resume is going to be good. Your resume is going to look even much better. Your landing a job ability will be at least better than the top one, because now you know a little bit. Now you can say that, look, I'm taking an A+ certification. That was a requirement, but I can learn more. I'm a great learner. And you see, you can start with that way, and then people will start teaching you. And then that's the normal way. I would say that's the old way, because A+ has been there for so long that's how people been getting jobs, So the pay is definitely going to be good, because now you have certification. Also, you can add more certification, and so the pay is definitely going to be later on also getting better. If you do more certifications, of course you're going to get better with pay, and maybe with your more skills. And I'm not saying that all certifications are like theoretical based certification. Of course there are some really good certifications like AWS and all that. They're good certifications, so that I'm not going to say too much about that. Your stress level will be definitely there, but it's going to be lower than the first one, the degree one. Okay, the reason I say that, you're still not going to know how to use this certification. I have so many people came to this platform with certification. They have no clue how are they going to use this learning that they have done in the college or some boot camp or whatever, online. How are they going to use this? What type of calls do I get? Where do I work? What type of environment? What if it's a service company? What if it's a non-profit company? All of these things matter when it comes to a real world job, as an IT person. So certification is meaningless if you don't know these things. Of course, it's good. You should get it, and then you will learn it the hard way. But if you want to make your learning stress-free learning, then that's not going to be the case in this. If you don't have a little bit more than that, your confidence is going to be a little better than this person. So confidence is going to be like, I'm going to put like half check. Because you're confident, now okay, at least I know where to start. It's A plus. You can do more research. You're a little more confident than the first person. Okay, now let's talk about the real world training, real world IT skills training. You probably didn't heard about this one. Of you, if you have heard about it, this is a new trend these days. Ask anybody, if you get a job in IT and if you advance, a lot of people who have advanced, and in my experience, I have yet to see someone just bringing their degree and taking over my title or somebody else's title. No, it doesn't work that way. It works, you start with an A plus, even if you didn't have A plus, and you have been in a company and you show that you are a master of PowerShell, you're a master of deployments, you're a master of troubleshooting. I'm not talking about like a big master. I'm talking about just like, you know your stuff. You can move things around. You can do SQL stuff. You can you got a call and now you got solutions. It is not just about troubleshooting, but now you're actually giving solutions. You see how valuable you become for this company? That is called real world skills. This is the skills, IT skills, that you want to look for. So when you get this type of skills, what happens then? Okay, we're talking about this. If you have skills, then what you do is on your resume, you put that there. Even though you don't have anything to show that I am being certified by these big companies and these big colleges, but what happens is that if you apply to a company and they start looking at your resume and they say, okay, so you know about PowerShell, can you tell me about that? And you start, talking about PowerShell. If you talk about scripting, you talk about cloud, you talk about these major things that people are looking for, and you are good at it, that's where people are going to forget about other things. They don't care about this stuff. They don't care about it. Remember, somebody's running a company. If it's a private company, that's their business. So what are they going to look for? They're going to look for someone who's really good at their things, and how can they make their company better. So these two are not going to make it better with their education and their skills and their confidence. They're not going to happen. That's not going to happen. It is going to be this person who have more skills, right? He's going to be able to do it and do it that way. But still, I'm talking about just skills. It's not a real experience yet. This person haven't spent too much time. But think about it. This person is way better than this person in the resume. He's going to have better skills terms in his resume. Landing his job is going to be very easy, which is basically the way you train yourself. You're training yourself for interviews. Not only that, when you land a job, so you're going to be better than these two, because now when you land a job, you know that there's a ticketing system that's coming tomorrow. There's Active Directory that I need to take care of. There's going to be some images that I need to take care of it. There's going to be some deployments. I already know about it. There's going to be troubleshooting. I already know the tools about it. There's going to be remote tools that I'm going to be using for remote staff. I know about the remote tools. I know I can use 2 or 3 different remote tools. I know even some of the well-known problems that I can fix. So you see how confident you are. Your confidence level is going to be very high than these two. Your stress is going to be low because now it's a good stress. These two are bad stress. This one is a good stress because now you're saying, I learned this in the course. I did these things, but this is something new that I learned in this company. So that is my experience now. That's where you're going to be saying, okay, now I am the one who's going to be teaching next after 1 year or 2 years. That's where you're now happy about these things. Your pay is definitely going to grow because now you're thinking about it because you got more skills. The later on you got opportunity, you can talk to the manager about it, and now you have more pay. You definitely can go for the advanced career because this is where you gain that experience and you basically gain on these skills. That's where you're telling other people that, look, I'm not at the entry-level person. I'm better than that. I'm providing you solutions. So when you start providing solutions, this is where you become an experienced IT professional. Okay, so I'm not going to even talk about because these are all plus. So I hope you got some idea which one is the one that you should go for. So it's a combination of everything. accept this one. You can't have this one because in the beginning you won't have experience, right? It's going to be the combination of either certification and real world training or degree of real world training, or you can just go for the real world training first, try it out. If you got the job, then later on make your company pay for certification, make your company pay for degree. That is how people, smart people, will do it in IT. IT should be done smart way, not the hard way. That's just, I tell everybody, you gotta be smart in IT. If you want to love IT, if you want to enjoy IT, if you want to make money in IT, you gotta be smarter than that. So how do you do this?
So you're free to do your own research and find out which platform is best for you. Since we are training platform, well, I'm going to show you the jobskillshare.org platform is that would be used for hands-on, and the whole solution is provided to our members right here. So if you want to become skills ready, then you will go to membership and get premium membership with monthly access or yearly access. That gives you all access that we're offering for courses and labs. Of course, we do not offer coaching services such as resume checking, giving references, and of course, somebody guiding you step by step. That's a part of coaching program. So you have two options. You can get started with a self-paced full 100% membership, or self-paced again coaching services, but you're being guided by individual engineers and they can check your work. So let's assume you have went with the membership approach, because in the coaching we will be guiding you. That doesn't need anything for you to take any steps, because we're going to be telling you what to do. So let's assume you clicked on membership, you became a premium member, you went to the dash. In the dashboard, you will click on a roadmap. Now, the reason why you want to choose a roadmap is that you don't want to go through my courses, videos, and all random things, because it's too much that we offer. So if you want to be step by step, someone to give you a exactly what to do type of thing, you need to go with the roadmap approach. And here you will click on start the roadmap, which is modern IT support career roadmap. This is designed for individuals who want to become an IT professionals from scratch, or let's say you just landed a job and you want to enhance your skills and you want to get your fundamentals corrected, things like that. You will need modern IT support career roadmap. Now, to start, you will click on the first course, which is part one. And in this course, you're just going to learn from scratch, like salary information, technical skills from the starting point, how to do things, and then mindset. Everything will be done in part one. So once you start this course, you will come over here and submit the form. We want to know about you. And then here you see everything is just step by step, how to use the labs, how do you get the support, career information, learning goals, what is network. And then it gets more into deeper into technical side specifically for IT support. And then there are resume projects as well. So you will finish the first course just like that. Then you are going to go to the part two. Then you're going to get into Active Directory, Office 365, then people, soft skills, and then applying for jobs and communities. Once you finish everything, it's going to take you some time, of course, but that's where you're job ready. So even if you don't have certifications degree, this can take care of it. Like I showed you an example of Rahal in the beginning, we have tons of examples just like that, who are people who have just finished this part and landed a good amount of jobs. Of course, you're free to add certification if you like to, because maybe in your area those things are required. So you can go for it. You can add a degree if that you think is required, then you can go for it. This is your optional options. If you want to put more money into your education, you're free to do that. And if it's a requirement, you're also free to do that, because you know your local area better than us. But this is unbeatable, because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell people this: whether you get a job through degree, through certification, or somebody help you, skills are skills. You need to perform. You need to troubleshoot. You need to go in and fix things. You need to do tickets. And that is done from here, because this is what we teach when you become an IT professional. Another IT professional teaches you this type of stuff. And that is exactly what companies look for. Then after this, it's your own option to either take JSS training, or you can go for something else if it's this caliber or this valuable. Thank you so much.